Hey there friends, today I'm going to show you how to crochet the Tunisian Mitered Square. You can use this type of square for blankets, scarves, dishcloths, pretty much anything. You can join them together. You can make one big one. You could make it in stripes like I have here, changing color after at the end of each return pass before you start the next row. Or you could make it in a solid color too. This pattern is actually block number 6 of our 2026 Tunisian Crochet Along. If you want more information about that, you can check the description box below for a link to the materials list. So let's get started. Okay, so the basics of the square is you crochet a long foundation chain. So it's going to be, so I started here. So this is my foundation chain. I can't talk, this purple. And then you put decreases in the center, and then each row it sort of like pulls it all together and makes it a square eventually at the end. You can find the written instructions for this pattern on my website. As I stated before, it's part of the crochet along. The written instructions are for this bigger square, but it is, you can follow the same instructions for any size square that you want. Materials you need are some yarn. I have some worsted weight yarn from my stash, and then a hook to go with it. This is a 6.5 millimeter, and then you'll also need a stitch marker. Okay. So I think probably the most difficult part of this is figuring out how big to make your foundation chain. And the best way, there's a couple ways you can go about it. So the first way would be to, if you know how many stitches you want on one side. So this one has 14 stitches on one side. So I multiply it by 2 because we're doing 2 sides. So 14 times 2 is 28. And then you always add 1. If you are kind of going for a certain size, say you want like a 6-inch square, you would probably need to make a little gauge swatch. So do like chain a, I don't know, like a 7 or 8-inch length, and then work like 2 or 3 rows of the Tunisian simple stitch, and then using a measuring tape, just measure out how many stitches would be 6 inches, and that will be the number you need for one side. So then you would times that number by 2 and add 1. If you just want to like live on the edge and wing it, you could just chain any odd number and see what you end up with. That's sort of what I did here. Or you could chain a number and then just make it in this L shape and be like, oh, well, that looks good enough for me. All right, anyways, moving on. Let's see, today we're going to do, I'm going to chain 29. So I'll have 14 stitches on each side, and then that one extra one for the middle. 5, 6, 7. All right, 29 chains. So we start just like any other Tunisian crochet project, and we insert our hook into the second chain from your hook into the back bump and pull up a loop. And just repeat that all the way across. Fun story, this is the second time I have filmed this video, because the first time I filmed it in the wrong direction, so I had to redo it, which I think is okay because I don't know, practice always makes things a little smoother, right? This time I actually have notes written out of the pattern so I don't like forget what to tell you. All right, so here we go. I've got 29 loops on my hook. So that was our forward pass, and now we need to do our return pass. This return pass will be the same for the whole pattern. So chain 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2 all the way across. Okay, so I'm almost done with my row. I am doing another striped version, so I'm going to change color at the end of this return pass. So what you do is you just do your return pass until you have 2 loops left on your hook, and then just drape over your new color and finish out the row with that, and then just give everything a little tug to tighten it down. Okay, if you want to do yours in a solid color, just don't do that and finish the row in the original color. Okay, so now before we move on to the next row, grab your stitch marker and then find your center stitch. So you're going to count the vertical bars. In my case, it would be stitch number 15, because remember, I'm going to have 14 here and 14 here, and then 1 in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm just going to put my little stitch marker in there. This helps us know where to put our decrease on the next rows that we do. Okay, so row number 2, you're going to do the Tunisian simple stitch all the way up until 1 stitch before your marker. So I'm going to stop when I get to this vertical bar here. So insert your hook under the bar and pull up a loop. Remember, your loop on the hook when you started the row counts as a stitch. Just insert under the bar and pull up a loop. Last one. Okay, so I've stopped right 1 stitch before my marker. So now we need to do a Tunisian simple stitch 3 together. So this is a decrease, and what you do is insert your hook under the next 3 vertical bars like that, yarn over, and pull up a loop. And then keep going and do the Tunisian simple stitch to the end until you get to the last stitch. So insert your hook under the vertical bar, pull up a loop. All right, so here I am at the end of my row, and I'm going to work the last Tunisian simple stitch under these 2, I don't know what to call them, under this V, under these 2 legs at the edge of your piece. That just gives it a nice finished look. All right, so here's what you should have. I've got 27 loops on my hook. So now we need to do the return pass, and that is just a standard return pass. So chain 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2 all the way across your row. If you're changing colors like me, stop when you have 2 loops left on your hook and finish the row in your new color. Okay, so that's what you should have so far. It already has sort of a little a V shape, and that V shape is just going to keep getting more and more until it's square and all filled in. So take your marker out and bring it around to the front if it's in the back, and then mark this. You can either mark like this vertical bar here that is coming out of this decrease, or you can just mark this decrease from the previous row. Okay, so now we're on to row 3, and basically you're just going to do the Tunisian simple stitch all the way up until 1 bar before your decrease, and then do your Tunisian simple stitch 3 together, and then Tunisian simple stitch all the way to the end, and then work your last Tunisian simple stitch under that V at the edge. And that's what you will repeat until you've got, let's see. Yeah, so just repeat that until you come to a row that has 5 loops on your hook before you do the return pass. All right, so row 3, we're going to insert our hook under the loop. All right, so here I am, 1 stitch, one bar before my decrease. Now I'm going to make my decrease, so insert my hook under the next 3 vertical bars, and then pull up a loop, and that is it. And then work the Tunisian simple stitch all the way across this way. All right, so here we are at the end of our row, and our last stitch goes under those 2 V's of that edge. All right, and then we do our return pass. So chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2 all the way across. All right, so here's what it looks like after row 3. Don't forget to move your marker. You might get to a point where you don't really need the marker anymore, and that's fine too. I'm just going to keep making my square here, repeating that row that we just did until I've got 5 loops left on my hook. Okay, here we are at the second to last row, and we're going to pull up a loop under that vertical bar and then do our decrease. So our Tunisian simple stitch 3 together, and then pull up a loop under that next vertical bar. And then our final stitch of the row goes under those 2, the V at the edge there. All right, so I have 5 loops left on my hook, we're going to do a standard return pass. So chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then I am going to change color. For the final yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so this will be our last row. So we have our loop on our hook, and then we do a Tunisian simple stitch 3 together. So go under the next 3 vertical bars, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then our final stitch of this row will go under that little V at the edge. So now we have 3 loops on our hook, and to finish off our square, we just yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And that is it. Now you can see it's not like perfect, but that's just kind of the nature of crochet. You can block it. That helps with the shaping. Steam blocking is what I usually do. You can see there is a little bit of a curl that flattens out when you add a border. I think the bigger your project is, the more. So this is like a 12 by 12 square. It's a little bit more curly, and this is even after I blocked it. But this also has a border, a single crochet border, and that helps flatten it out too. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, or you can drop them in the comments below. And yeah, have a nice day. I'll see you in the next video.